Hello, my diamonds. I'm sorry. This is part 2. I made a mistake and hit the stop button opposed to the pause. But we have the whitings fish with the breadcrumbs all seasoned. Check out part 1. And while we turn on our... hold on a moment, because I like to clean as I go along. Okay, let's turn on the stove. Let's turn it on to high, just enough to get the grease hot. That's what we want to do. You see our frying pan is right there with the grease in it. I always recommend using extra virgin olive oil, okay, because that has so many benefits. I'm getting ready to work with extra virgin olive oil with, it's another oil that's combined. I'll talk about that with you in another video. So while we wait for this grease to get hot, before we put in our fillets that has mayonnaise and breadcrumbs, this is new to me. And as I said in part 1, I think this is very exciting that we're sharing this together. Yes. So let's just check out some TikToks and talk about it. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to what this young man has to say.
Yo, why do y'all hate black women so much? Because every time I log on this app, it's just a timeline full of men swinging their little emotional clutch purses at black women. Like, damn, y'all clock they lace, they waist, they makeup, they body count, they income. But when was the last time y'all clocked into work? Y'all hate on black women so bad, I swear y'all don't even like women. Whole time, my For You page, though, looked like a sausage convention, just a bunch of dick prints and delusion with no substance. And now I finally realized why they started asking, who gonna be the boys? And y'all thought that was a jab at the gays, but no, it was about y'all motherfuckers. They was looking around at y'all like, who gonna be the men? Y'all be on here every day like y'all bleed monthly, especially in my comment section. Talking like bitches, mad like bitches, emotional like bitches, but swear y'all so alpha. Child, the only thing y'all niggas lead is the group chat gossip, okay? Y'all need a group hug and y'all need a therapist. Or better yet, a journal. Because that energy is screaming, Dear Diary, black women make me insecure. How about y'all be the me and y'all pretend to be online in real life? How about that? Why do y'all hate black women so much? Because every time I log...
What is my take on why do they hate black women so much? Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get a picture of me up here. Why do they hate black women so much? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I mean, because black women are not gullible. They're not as weak-minded as so many other people, not to discredit other races. But, the Bible made it very clear that in the last days, the kind of women that men are going to be seeking out are women who are weak-minded, gullible, and easily manipulated. And a lot of black women, they're not trying to hear none of that. We've been through so much already. So anytime someone has so much hatred, this is the way I see it, they're miserable. Because when you think about people who are happy and who are just like totally, fulfilled, they don't go around trying to hurt other people, talking badly about other people, hurting other people. They don't have time for that. They're too busy being happy, filled with joy, loving the peace that they have. They don't have time for all of that nonsense. I think a lot of black men, they need work. Learn how to love yourself, sweetheart, because if you don't love yourself, how the hell can you love someone else? And you could always tell what levels a person loves themselves based on what they're willing to put up with. Because when you love yourself, you're not going to let people abuse you, treat you badly. You're not going to put up with a lot of nonsense. Anyway, I hear the grease is popping now. Let's go and check to make sure it's time to see if it's time for us to put our fish in. Okay, it looks like the grease is ready. It looks like it's ready. Let me pull this thing down a little bit more. There you go. You see the grease? And now we're going to look at our whitings to make sure that's ready. Okay, let's put it in. Right here. Yeah, that grease is definitely ready. Look at that. Look at how that's sizzling up. Yeah, child. We're going to put 2, 3. we can move this over and put another piece. We can do 4 pieces at a time. Okay, let's put that in there, babies. You see that? I put that 3rd piece in there, that 4th piece. And we have to turn down the heat. Make sure you look at your thermostat. Turn it down to, because I have an electric stove. Turn it down to like very low. Okay, you see how I have it? Where I have it at? Yeah. And you let that fry. You see how that's sizzling? Yes. So we turn it down low because we don't want it to burn. Don't forget to get your spatula out to turn it over. You have to have one of these. You know, I think I could squeeze another fish part in here. Hold on a moment. Hold on. I think I could do another one in here. Yeah, I think I could fit that in. I think I could fit it in. Yeah, fit that in. So that's 5 pieces of whitings. Whitings fillet. And let's go over to the sink. I always keep dishwater. You see I keep the dishwater so I can wash my hands and get that stuff off of my hands. There you go. Have your washcloth, your dishcloth. There you go. And put that right here. Yes. Now let's go back and check out some more TikToks. Again, like I said in part 1, I have this here on my table. This little thing, you get it from Amazon because I make wigs. You know, I have the wig stand. This is the wig, you know, you get the wig thing and it has the hole underneath it right here. And you just position that right on here, on top of that. So it's like that set up, and then you just start to make your wigs. And I make wigs. I have a couple of people who couldn't believe, wow, you actually made that wig? Really? Get out. Yes, I actually made that wig. And it's a damn good wig. I wear it. This is my my Monday through Friday wig. I wear this Monday through Friday. And then I have wigs that I wear for the weekend if I'm going to make videos. But anyway, yeah, like I tell you, honey, I'm an entrepreneur. I would have never got a chance to be an entrepreneur if I was still married and putting up with foolishness from an ex-husband. No. Anyway, so we already had that discussion about why do these men hate ebony women, black women so much, honey. It's because they're miserable. And that's what miserable people do. You know, some people can only be happy when they're miserable. And that's just a fact. Let's move on to something else. Okay, let's listen to what this gentleman have to say. How can you protect your wife when she wants to do what she wants to do?
Fellas, how can you protect your wife if she have the mindset of, I want to do whatever I want to do? So if she want to just walk out the house half naked, if she just want to come in the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, how do you protect her? Fellas, how can you...
First of all, you protect her by not marrying a woman like that anyway. Hold on. Yeah, like I was saying, why would you marry a woman who's going to go out of the house half naked? When you met her, that's the way she was. You had no issue. And how is it that you have so many women like me who are being protected because our faith is very strong, and we know that Jesus Christ is our real husband and he protects us? Don't underestimate the Holy Spirit. Don't you ever underestimate Jehovah God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit's power. And make sure that you're not dealing with women who are dressing half naked, where men are disrespecting her, and you're always going to find yourself in the middle of having to step up for her and having to... Why would you pick that kind of woman out the gate anyway? You go out with her, she's dressed inappropriate, like a thought or a 304, and then when men are pushing up on her, treating her totally disrespected, what? Like I was saying with Cardi B, you're a mother now. You have to watch how you dress, sweetheart. And you have a lot of these women, you know, once you get married and you have a husband and you have children, honey, the whole game changes. you're going to have to start dressing decently. You have a lot of these young women out here who are still, sexy, but they're not sleazy. They're not dressed like 304s. They still look great. But for this man to sit up there, how do you protect her when she wants to dress, blah, blah, blah. Watch how you pick the kind of woman you are. Do men really want decent women? Personally, me, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know why I say that? Because when you go into the churches are usually empty when it comes to men. Go to the strip club, go to the strip joint, go to OnlyFans, check out that porn is a $1 billion industry, if not a $1 trillion industry. Do men really want decent women? You wouldn't have to worry about trying to protect her if she's decent. Okay, let's check out fish. Woo, chow. Okay, here we are with our fish. Hold up, let me adjust this camera. Do I pull it more down? Yes, I gotta pull it more down. There you are. You see that fish? And it's looking beautiful. Let's flip it over. Let me see. When I flip it, you see how I get it? And you flip it. Take it. You flip that over nicely. Because it don't take long to cook whitings or fish, period. And there you have it. You see how golden brown that looks? That looks delicious. Let me put this over here on my stove because we don't want it to get all greasy and messy. You see how beautiful that looks? So you have the full recipe. You already have the ingredients. You already have what I recommend is get yourself one of these blue pans. You can get it off of Amazon. And you put your meat and your seasonings and everything, and you just season it right there. So that way you just take this pan, put it in the sink, wash it out real quick, and it's an easy cleanup. So that's it, my darlings. There you have your whitings, golden brown, looking beautiful. Let's let that cook a little bit more while we look at another TikTok and talk about it. Okay, let's just take a look at this new neck that I'm going to get. I'm not going to get it. I already bought it. I already purchased it. It's supposed to be here on Saturday. And I'm getting this.
She black. Still using one of those old school phone mounts? You've got to check out the upgraded version. Even if you're moving around a lot, it keeps your shot steady and clear. The old one, way too short, you could barely see the screen. But the new version
Yeah, that's the one that I'm using now. It's like way too short. But when I purchase this one, it's longer. It's going to make things so much easier. I can hardly wait. So we can continue to do our cooking and our conversation. This is great.
fixes that. Just switch to the long gooseneck mode and you can adjust your angle however you want. It even supports both portrait and landscape, so your footage always looks spot on. Free shipping today too. Links right below. Go take a look. Still using one of those old school phone mounts? You've got to check out the upgraded version.
Honey, they sold me, honey. I'm doing, you know what, the way I shop, let me tell you about the way I shop. I don't shop foolishly. I'm getting up there in age, so when I shop for something, I always make sure it's something to make my life easier. Like when I do my wigs, like I told you, I make my wigs over here. Yeah, I got my wigs. I got my little neck thing on the table. You just screw it right on the table. Put this thing on here. Yeah. And let's begin to make some wigs and make some money and be entrepreneurs. Easy for me. Let's just go check out fish and see if it's ready to be taken out. But yeah, there are so many ways to make money. Look how beautiful that looks. Are you with me? Yes.